From Dallas to Los Angeles and a screen near you, here is B Wildcat 2.
Hey everybody, it's B Wildcat 2 here. I'm back today with some more coaching carousel here in NCAA Football 13 with Big Troll. He's the offensive coordinator for the TCU Horned Frogs. This is week 4, game number 3 of the 2012 season. The Horned Frogs are on the road this week in Fayetteville, Arkansas. They're going to take on an SEC opponent and a former Southwest Conference opponent in the Arkansas Razorbacks. I believe both teams come into this game undefeated. TCU definitely is undefeated at 2-0, having beaten Boise State and Kansas in their last 2 games. So it's going to be a real tough road test for the for the Horned Frogs, this week on the road in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Always a tough team, even if they're not at home, which they are this week. This is going to be a tough environment. Hopefully this young Horned Frog team will not struggle on the road in Fayetteville. They didn't struggle on the road in Lawrence, Kansas last week. Of course, they were only taking on the Kansas Jayhawks. So here we go, 2nd and 3 early in the first quarter. Kemp dropping back. He's looking. He throws it, and it's caught by our running back, Johnson, who will get us a first down. TCU comes into the game ranked 11th in the country. Arkansas ranked at number 15. You see the replay of Kemp finding his receiver, Johnson, the halfback. I don't really know what to call that route. He just went out and then back in, and Kemp found him there for a first down. So you see the Horned Frog mascot dancing around a little bit. 1st and 10 now. About 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Kemp, he's looking. He's throwing it deep up for grabs. And nice catch by Porter there. And Brian Porter, I believe his name is. He'll get the huge first down inside the 20-yard line of the Razorbacks. So TCU keeps their drive alive here early, looking to be the first one to score on the day, as the Horned Frog mascot is still dancing around, dancing so much that he gets dizzy and collapses. So here we go, 1st and 10. Kemp is looking. He finds Hawkins, and Hawkins is going to be close to a first down, just short of it. However, it'll be 2nd and inches. You'll see the replay. Just a little curl in, and then he was wide open, and he got the ball and ran upfield and almost got the first down on that play. So I hope you have been enjoying this new sound quality. It is my first commentary with the Blue Yeti. Kemp on 3rd and 5 finds Henderson, the backup running back, and he'll get shoved off and break one tackle and get tackled at about the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Kemp throwing it off his back foot. Probably not should have done, but Henderson helps him out, makes the catch, gets all the way down to the 5-yard line on the screen pass there. And again, the Horned Frog mascot is loving it. He made the trip up, and he's glad he did. So 1st and goal now. Ball at the 5-yard line. So what will happen on 1st and goal? Kemp, he's looking. He throws it, and it's caught by Hawkins, and that is a touchdown for the Horned Frogs. Kemp was in the shotgun. He found his receiver, Hawkins, after a little bit of delay, and then Hawkins does a celebratory leap right after making that catch. So the Horned Frogs score first now, and it is 7-0. Now 7-7 later in the first quarter. Kemp in the shotgun. He's going to look. He lobs it up deep down the middle of the field, intended for Porter, but intercepted by Arkansas and fumbled, but picked up by an Arkansas defender. And Arkansas scores off that. It's a touchdown. Now 3rd and 18 as we start the second quarter, 14-7. And Kemp can't get it off in time, and he's in his own end zone. What are you doing? You need to step up. You can't be in your own end zone looking deep to make a play. Kemp with a huge mistake. That could cost TCU there, as now it is a 16-7 ball game in favor of Arkansas. They get the ball back and score another touchdown. 23-7 later here in the second quarter, finding Anderson on 2nd and 17. And this TCU team is they had a good first drive, and then they just gave up 23 unanswered to the Razorbacks. Looking now on 1st and 10, finding Johnson, and Johnson's going to get the first down on the halfback screen screen pass. Kemp's 8 of 10. One of his incompletions was a interception, I believe. So 1st and 10 now. Handoff to Johnson up the middle, and Johnson, he's got a first down, does a little shimmy shake, and gets a couple more extra yards. See another replay here. Johnson gets the handoff, and Johnson heads up the middle of the field and cuts to the right and makes the first man miss. And the Horned Frog mascot, even though they're down by 16 points, says, all right, we got a drive to go on. Let's get in the end zone here. 1st and 10, 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Kemp dropping back. He's looking. Throws it deep to the right side, and it's intercepted. Another pick by Kemp, and that was a costly one. 23-7 as Arkansas cannot take advantage of the interception, though. Kemp now dropping back, looking, and another interception. Oh my goodness! And he's just been struggling. If he throws too many more interceptions, I think we're gonna have to bench him now. 3rd and 12. Running the hurry-up offense because we have under a minute to go. Looking, and there's Gray, and Gray has a big catch to the other side of the 50-yard line. The Arkansas half of the 50. 1st and 10, 52 seconds to go in the first half. TCU trying to get on the scoreboard before the half ends. Finding Malone, and Malone says, "Get off me, son. I'm going to the end zone. See you later." Touchdown, Horned Frogs. So, with just about 50 seconds to go here in the first half, Horned Frogs do get some more points on the board, as now they're going to go to halftime down by 9 points, but Arkansas gets the ball back to start the second half, unfortunately, and they indeed would score and get a 2-point conversion. They're up 17 points here in the third quarter. Not looking good for the Horned Frogs, but finding Gray here does Kemp, and Gray gets all the way to about the 25-yard line. So TCU down by 17, but they're still trying to stay in this game. They just want to make it respectable at least. 3rd and 10, Kemp finds Harris. Nice play inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, and Kemp is now 13 of 21 for over 260 yards on the day. 1st and goal now. Kemp, he's looking. He lobs it up, and there's Hawkins, and Hawkins makes the catch, and they say he got the ball across the goal line. That is a Horned Frog touchdown, and suddenly they're within 10 points. Maybe we could make a comeback. I doubt it, but, crazier things have happened, folks. So don't ever count a team out just because they're down by a big margin early. 38-21 now, still almost to the end of the third quarter. Kemp now looking. He's going to throw it deep, and Porter's wide open, and nobody's going to catch him. They catch him, but he's into the end zone. They tackled him right into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU, and it's back to a 10-point ball game now as Arkansas had scored to put it back to a 17-point game. But TCU, first play, they get the ball back, and they score as Porter makes everybody miss until he gets into the end zone there. He would not be denied. So TCU's defense has got to make a stop. They held Arkansas to a field goal. 1st and 10. Kemp looking. Lobs it up. Porter again. And his man falls down, and Porter's heading to the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. They've cut it to a one-score game. Oh, my goodness gracious. And everybody in Fayetteville that is not a fan of the Horned Frogs is dead silent. You could hear a pin drop here at Fayetteville Stadium. What a play. Kemp found Porter again, second time in a row that the two had hooked up. So now TCU's defense has got to make a stop if the Horned Frogs want to get back in this game. They don't. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion, back down by 14 points with 3 minutes to go. Finding Anderson now is Kemp. And Kemp, ever since his first half struggles, has been dead accurate almost. 1st and 10 now, 49-35 still. Kemp looking. Throws it deep. There's Gray. Touchdown. No. They say he's down at the 1. 1st and goal. But that's no problem. Kemp, hand off to Johnson. And there you go. There's your touchdown. Horned Frogs are still only down by a touchdown now, as it'll be 49-42. Come on, defense. Hold them. Don't let them score here. Let's get this comeback. Let's win this game. 49-42. Defense made a stop. Kemp, 1st and 10. Looking, throws it deep, and it's intercepted. Oh man, and what a way to ruin wow, just a heartbreaking interception by Kemp there. Arkansas would kick a field goal, and then TCU would return the kickoff after that for a touchdown. They would lose this ball game 52-49, and that play of the game is indeed the sack. In the first half, that gave Arkansas a 16-7 lead. I told you that sack might come back to bite them in the butt, as they end up only losing by 3 points. So celebrate while you will, Arkansas, but next year the rivalry will continue. TCU, Arkansas, let's play at Amon G next year, all right? We had fun here in Fayetteville, but you're coming to our place next year, and we're going to beat you. So John Coleman is your player of the game, Arkansas's quarterback. He had a much better game than Kemp did, even though Kemp led his team back into it after his first half struggles. He still was not. He didn't have enough to get them back. Of course, those interceptions, the one he threw at the end of the ball game, didn't help either. Plus, the sack for a safety didn't help them. They had multiple chances to win if Kemp had been able to keep his interceptions down and find his receivers more than he did, and TCU had been able to block better. Maybe they would have had a chance actually to win this game without having to rely on a comeback of epic proportions. But you have to give TCU credit. They did come back and almost win this game. They gave Arkansas a scare, and technically, even though they were playing in Arkansas, this will be considered an upset. But what a game! Even though TCU lost, that was a fun game to play. I think it was one of my ESPN Instant Classics. I can't remember though. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed Week 4 of the TCU Connected Coaching Carousel. Why do I do that every time? But anyway, come back next week. We will have Week 5 of the Horned Frog Coaching Carousel. We're going to take on the Florida State Seminoles. Come back for that one, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I know you guys will enjoy the next episode. So until then, peace.